Good morning. I'm still drinking my coffee. I'm almost finished. It's hard to finish cold coffee, but that's all right. We'll get through it. First world problems, right? So this morning is November 7th. All the kidlets are not at home anymore. They're all going to school. At least the ones that go to school. I got training in a little over an hour and a half. So I figured I would be able to smash out a vlog for you guys. A little bit later on, I'm going to talk a little bit about a movie I saw recently in Timmins. Before I tell you what movie I went and see, I'm just going to tell you that we don't have a theater in the town I'm in, and they're trying to raise money to fix it up, and that's Saving the LaSalle. That's the website that they have. It's savingthelasalle.com. I'll put a little bubble up here somewhere after with the actual address, and yeah, we'll take a look and see what it's about. Because it's important that everybody has a theater, and this one's particularly old and part of history in the town. But I had to go to Timmins, which is about an hour and a half away, to watch my movie. The movie wasn't overly long, but all said and done, I left at like 6 and I didn't get back till 1. That's, a little overkill to watch a movie. It was great to get out of town, blah, blah, blah. All these great ideas that I'm not even going to list. But I think it's kind of bad that I had to go so far and just to watch a movie that was released. And I'm sure there's people all over the world that have the same problem I just mentioned. But anyways, I went to watch Ender's Game in Timmins at the Cineplex. And I'm not going to spoil the movie at all. I'm just going to, give you my opinion on it. And that's all, because I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet. And I don't want to be that guy. Oh, look, Josh put out a video log. Let's watch it. Oh, he spoiled the movie. No, I'm not going to be that guy. So I'll just tell you what I felt of the movie. So anyways, before I do that, I'm just going to go over a couple things that I've been thinking about in my sleep and when I'm awake, mostly when I sleep. I want to let you know that I put up my comparison video between the C170 and the C920 on my Tech Talk channel. I'll put a link up for that, free for that. It's an old video. It says it's available in 720p or 720. I don't know if it's P. I don't know how they do it in YouTube yet. I'm still researching that. But anyways, it says it's available in 720, which is great because I just uploaded it and all of a sudden it was 720. Whatever, it works. I have been able to figure out how to make it up into 1080, so that'll be good for everybody. Less pixelation, more resolution is always better, especially if you're trying to watch it full screen. And the sound quality, I'm hoping, is getting a little better. I've been playing with a lot of different settings lately. I noticed in my last video that the audio was lagging, so I tried to correct it a little bit. It's really going to take some fine-tuning because the longer the video goes on, the more likely the audio is to lag. But I hope you guys can get through it and be patient while I do these videos. So anyways, that's what's going on the Tech Talk channel. I'm still working on logos for the other two channels. I start off by drawing them, doing doodles and things, all this crap. So I sit here and I do that for however long, and then I have to figure out how to do it in my photo editing program. And sometimes it takes a while. You want to have something good, because if you're going to spend time making one or two and then choosing one, you want it to be good. whatever. I'm thinking, and of course, everybody's been talking about it, and everybody is talking about it. By everybody, I don't mean everybody. It was a very general statement. But I'd like to go over the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. I'm not going to say what I'm going over about them, but I will go over them. What I can tell you is that they're both going to be great. That's what I'm going to start off with, and you can look forward to that in Tech Talk in the next little bit. When I say a little bit, I probably mean about a week, maybe less, depending on time. As for games, my Bigboy Games channel, you can expect to see one of the following. Well, I actually came up with a list of 3 definite ones I'd like to. I have a longer list than that, but the top 3 that I'm comfortable with making at this time would be a Dota versus LOL. And what I mean by that is just, instructional videos showing how the game is played, the key differences between the 2 games, and just showing you some of my epic fails and some nice highlights. I'd like to think that I'm alright at League of Legends. There are so much better. I'm not challenger material. I'm not even diamond. I gave up on ranked until the new season. Maybe I'll play ranked again. But I don't like the elo system. Okay, on topic. In Dota, I haven't been playing it long, but I still can't figure out the flow of the game. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk about it here, but I'm having a hard time with that game. I enjoy it, but man, I get frustrated. Aeon, it's an MMO, AION. It's an NCSoft game. It's a MMO, as I said, a massive multiplayer online game. It's one of those, pay to win type of MMOs, though, now, as so many free MMOs are now. You can buy in-game currency or items with actual dollars, and then, just totally be overpowered and kill all the other noobs. I don't do that, but I will take note of your name if you do that. And once I get, strong enough, I'll be back for you. That's right. Excuse me. So, and for Aeon, I'd like to do either a instructional video about, character creation, and the first few levels, and how to play the game. Because an MMO is, for anybody that's played them, it's great and fun and dandy. But I remember when I first started, I had no idea how to do anything, really. It was like the buttons weren't the problem. It was, what do I do? I just go over in this corner and kill boars all day? Really? That's it? And soon, it really wasn't soon. It took me so long to figure out, too long. Anyways, I'll talk about that in the video. So, Aeon or Dota versus LoL. I also have Battlefield 4 that I'd like to do. But with Battlefield 4, I'm waiting till Black Friday deals to see if it comes on sale. Well, by sale, I mean something realistic. $5 off really doesn't do it for me. That's not a sale. I know it just came out, but when BF3 came out, they did have a nice sale on Battlefield 3 on Black Friday. So if they do the same, there's no reason for me not to pick it up. Then at least give it a chance to go on sale. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be waiting for BF4, but I will be getting BF4 on the PC. So I look forward to doing some instruction videos on that as well, because I would love nothing more than have a few people and actually put together a squad and, actually try and do something in the game instead of go in there and feel like I'm playing Call of Duty. All right. So that's what you can look forward to on those channels in the near future. Time permitting, I'd like to do that in about what, next 6 to 8 days, because I'm off on the week. No, yes, I'm off this weekend, so I have more time to work on it. All right. Anyways, I woke up this morning and there was snow. My window, yeah, it's snowing very lightly right now, very very lightly. It's better than the rain we had yesterday. I don't like rain in the wintertime. It just makes slush. It's going to be slush anyways. I don't think the ground's cold enough for it to stay snow, but and my heat's on all the time, and it's making my eyes really dry. Welcome to wintertime. So now, what you've all been waiting for, Ender's Game. I will have you know that I did not read the book. All right. I'm not really into, reading fantasy books. If I'm going to read a book, I enjoy there to be a purpose to me reading that book. Mostly because I read all the time now, When I say I read all the time, I mean everything we do, if it's on the computer, you have to read. Okay? So I'm always reading an article, news, Facebook, an email, everything. So I've, since I was a teen, not really read much fantasy books. I like reading texts. If I want to learn something, I'll buy a textbook and I'll use it. Will autofocus. I'm more into that. So for you guys that read the book and hated the movie, I feel bad for you. Just as you probably feel bad for me for watching the movie and not reading the book. But see, I don't have that problem because I didn't read the book. I don't, most of the time it's because I didn't even know there was a book. Had somebody told me there was an Ender's Game book in 1985 when I was 3 years old, I would have been like, oh, I read your book. No, I probably wouldn't have. Okay? But, so yeah, obviously, 1985, that's when the book was published. The author of the book was Orson Scott Card. That's a weird name. And it was originally a short story published in the Science Fiction magazine in 1977. A short story. That explains the shortness of the movie. It's like 120. Huh. It's a pretty short movie. Really. Anyways, so the movie was good. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't even say it's good. I would say I enjoyed it greatly, okay? I do like sci-fi. Again, I like sci-fi. I like fantasy, but I don't like reading fantasy. Which is weird because I watch subtitled anime. See, I read again. That's kind of like reading a book that moves, right? Never mind. Anyways, I enjoyed the movie a lot. A couple people that you would probably recognize in that movie. First off, Harrison Ford, of course. How can nobody not recognize Han Solo? There's probably a bunch of people in there, all the other actors, and especially Ender himself. Okay, his name is, I'm probably pronouncing this totally wrong. It's Asa. That's his first name. So Asa or Asa, and his last name is Butterfield. It's the best, right? That kid, I was like, I know that guy. He actually played Mordred in the Merlin TV series. That was, not that long ago. He was really young then, okay? But he's not that old right now, really. He's still maybe just a teeny bopper. Maybe what? Probably have this information up somewhere, and I just don't even want to look. Let's see if I can find it real quickly for you. Asa Butterfield. Okay, so he was born in 1997. It's 2013. That makes him 15 years old this year. So he's 15, or maybe even 14, when the movie was recorded, right? Or filmed, sorry. So, Mordred, for sure. And if you haven't watched Merlin, you can watch it on Netflix. All right, and Bonzo. All right, Bonzo. He was one of the other like captains of a team in the movie. He was actually what the captain or of the Salamanders, I think. Yeah, and that's Moses. Oh, I can't even read my Aries. Okay, if you don't recognize that name, that's because he actually was on Hannah Montana. Okay, he was the little cheapskate kid that was a businessman all the time on the beach with his little hut that he served drinks out of or whatever. Bonzo Madrid. Yeah, he was in Hannah Montana. He played Rico. So anybody that knows who Rico was in Hannah Montana, that's Bonzo. He's all like not like Rico anymore, anyways, right? They're all growing up, so it's really cool to see these people, these actors, growing up and getting sweet roles in movies. Here's a really quick rundown of what the movie's about then. Bunch of kids, all right, are recruited into a program to train to find one that will command an army to destroy an alien race. I just made that up, but I'm pretty sure the other ones are pretty close to that. Basically, the world's overpopulated, okay? Think of the whole world as being China, right? And there's actually laws in effect where you can only have so many kids, kind of similar to what China had or does have. So, and he's a third. And a third means he was obviously the third child. And you needed special permission to have a third. So it was a big deal. And there's a lot of a burden on this poor Ender kid, you know, because he's a third and he wasn't even supposed to be born, and it was a big deal that he was born and blah de blah. So, you know, and it turns out, of course, you know, Ender's one of the guys that makes it through to the end. You know, the alien race is, they call them buggers in the book. I don't even know what they call them in the movie because you really don't see them. You, like, individually, I guess. Maybe you do. I think you only see a couple on a video during the movie. You don't see them really. You just know that they're there. You know that they're fighting them. And, you know, they look like insects. And no, they probably weren't as cool as the insects in Starship Troopers. I'm sorry. If you are trying to base this movie on that, you will be let down because that was epic. Oh. But it was still a great movie. Yeah, what else can I really tell you without telling you anything? I think I've done a good job so far. What else, man? You know, it just goes over the struggles that and the pressures that a person would face being a third. And you know, it's typical atmosphere where you got, you know, this little skinny kid. He's super smart guy. Okay, he's very strategic. That's one of the things that they really liked about him, is his strategic mind. You know, he wasn't a big tough kid, but his brain made up for that, and he was able to get himself out of a lot of tricky situations in the movie. And of course, him being so young, and all of the cadets being so young, it's just like being in a, you know, what, I guess, middle school. I think that'd be the best way to describe the age frame of all the teams and all the candidates. So it's like everybody competing for that one position, right? Including the same people on the same team. You know, I'm gonna buy this movie I'll tell you that right now. That's probably, you know, what was a selling factor? I enjoyed it. I don't buy a lot of new movies. I actually rarely ever go to the theater to see a movie, and this is one that I actually wanted to go see. I mean, there's ones that you just get because you're a collector, you know, or you like the particular actor. I didn't go see this because I liked Harrison Ford because he's 70 now or 71. Han Solo never dies, not for long, right? Um, so I'm gonna actually purchase this, and I do hope they make a sequel. Although reviews are saying that it didn't really earn enough in its first release or whatever week to merit a sequel quickly. Of course, you know, but I do have a feeling that piracy has a lot to do with things like that. Science fiction movies like that tend to attract a certain crowd, and I'm not going to really point any fingers, but that crowd tends to not want to pay for stuff. So, got to fix that, guys. Pardon me. Woo! So, I'm going to buy the movie because I enjoyed it and I thoroughly support it. They got my money at the theater, and they're going to get me money for a Blu-ray. If I could find a poster, I'd want a free poster, though. I wouldn't pay for a poster. And I wouldn't just print a picture out. That doesn't make sense. So, I'd like to get a poster. That's all I really have to say about that without telling you about the movie itself too much in detail. I think I gave away a couple details, but nothing really to do with the storyline. I hope I did that. And if I ruined the movie for you, I'm sorry. Watch it again. But that's about all I'm going to talk about today. Going on 22 minutes. All right. It's a long time. So that was that. And I'm going to go. I hope you guys enjoy your day. And we'll talk to you soon.